That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
You never say that in real life, do you? You shouldn't. Don't. Ben Starr and I are now contracted to always play siblings in games, by the way.
It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, you're in Space Marine too? No, I'm not. What is that?
Talk for f***'s sake!
Well, this is a game I've actually heard of. That's pretty cool.
Auspicious.
Your ass belongs to me. I mean, when are you ever gonna say that? I mean...
In Creche Clea, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
When I got the role, I got sort of a paragraph on Lae'zel, mostly about her temperament and who she was as a character, more so than the lore of the Githyanki, which I think was super helpful for me because had I been given a lot of the lore and not so much of the character, I would have just been like, oh God, and there is a lot of lore. And thankfully, I didn't look too deeply into the lore. I focused on her.
I am Lae'zel of Clea.
When I'm playing, the experience I'm having with Lae'zel is as if it's somebody else. I think it's because the voice is quite different to mine. Some of the mannerisms maybe are different to mine because obviously we created a character. So I'm just getting to like enjoy it. And I don't have that feeling of like, oh, that's me. Oh, because it just doesn't really sound like how I sound. And I think I'm quite bubbly and quite like enthusiastic, whereas Lae'zel's just like...
The wizard was a useful find. Let's hope he's as powerful as he is verbose.
Whereas I'm just like, hi guys. So for that reason, I think I was just having a good time. Good time with Lae'zel. Nearly broke up with her the other day. Didn't have the guts to go through with it.
Has the tadpole ravaged your senses?
I love all the lines where she's super to the point.
Have we buried the hatchet, Lae'zel?
No. Why would I bury a weapon? Is it broken?
And Shadowheart's like, oh girl, I'm just trying to get you to bury the hatchet, you know what I'm saying? But she doesn't get it. She's just a sweet little green lizard. Stuff like that, I just love. The stuff about the large fleshy nose looking like a mistake.
That large fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
You never say that in real life, do you? You shouldn't. Don't. And one of my favorite scenes is the sunrise scene with Lae'zel, if you do the Lae'zel romance, and you get to watch the sunrise over Baldur's Gate 3. And I remember recording that scene and being like, oh, this is a different thing we're going to do today. This is a completely different side to Lae'zel. She's really, all barriers have pretty much fallen. She's been really vulnerable and really sweet. And then when I saw it in the game, I was like, this is stunning. I want to see that rooftop. I want to watch that sunrise. It was just magic.
Stay back! Where's Gaspar? Tell me!
Chill. Gun down. Let's talk.
You are given a code name for the project. Code name doesn't usually mean anything. It's just something to call it by. And I think when I stepped in and they said, oh, this is Cyberpunk, by the way. And I was like, oh, this is a game I've actually heard of. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. But again, it didn't really impact my portrayal of the character necessarily. I'm always really focused on the personality of the person or alien or whatever I'm playing rather than the world. I mean, the world obviously has... Especially with Cyberpunk, it's a very kind of dystopian world, and there's a few things I needed to know about, like, oh, she's a scab. What does that mean? I have no idea. Now I know, I guess. Do I? Yeah, I know.
And I'm here for my brother. Couldn't give a f*** about this quack.
She does a lot of swearing, and she's very aggressive, which, why not? It was very cathartic. She had to go in all guns blazing, basically. There was no preamble with Nika. She was like, boom, I'm here for my brother. And she's just like, you, basically. Let's go. And I love that. Badass.
Look what the cat dragged in.
The brief was literally a stereotypical villain, and I was like, you've got it. Here we go.
When you control the money like we do, you control it all!
My husband and I started playing It Takes Two, obviously didn't stream it, we were just playing it, and I was like, this is incredible. I am obsessed. We still haven't finished it, but I was like, I am obsessed. So when I got Split Fiction, again, I didn't know what it was. And I remember going into the studio and we had the director on the line, and behind him, I could see this poster that said Haze Light Studios, and I was like, wait, I know this. Is this the studio that make It Takes Two? And then I was like, I'm not going to be really weird and just be like, oh my God, did you make It Takes Two? Is this like the sequel? What is it? So I was like, I'm just going to be really chill. I'm going to be really, really chill. And I was for the first session. And then when I came back for the second one, I was like, I really like It Takes Two. I just wanted to let you know, I really, really like that game.
Witness the unstoppable might of the SRI.
What I also love about that character is a lot of people don't know it's me because it's a lot lower register and she's a lot more like smooth and mean and she's just, I think what we achieved with that voice and that kind of cat and mousey like playfulness was just, oh, it's delicious. Any actor that gets to play a villain, I think just loves it because you get to just be a mean old meanie.
I decide when your shit is paid. And until the mortgage is secured, your ass belongs to me.
Your ass belongs to me. I mean, when are you ever gonna say that to someone? I mean, I don't know actually. Limited screen time, but all the lines are so delicious. Oh.
She who controls chroma controls the canvas. I can't take her chroma, but I can keep it from returning to her.
Clea is probably the most similar voice to my own that I've ever used. But still, I've found that people haven't necessarily picked up on it and people are still surprised by it. Luckily, the team at Sandfall gave me a very, very detailed, I remember being given this before I went into the booth and they were like, just so you know, these are the lines, but this is the context of what has just happened and the painted world and the real world and this and that. And I was like, thank God, because that is context I actually did need to know. And I read it all through and I was still a bit like, We had a big old chat right before we started recording. I was like, okay, great. Because I had the context, but now having this chat with Jen was super helpful to get it all in my brain because that is super, super pivotal to the Clea stuff. And had I not known that, I think I would have just been saying the lines completely randomly.
The writers used you against us once before. They won't hesitate to use you again. And I can't promise that I'll make the same choice Verso made.
One of my favorite lines was, what an auspicious start.
What an auspicious start.
Because it's like Lae'zel when she says auspicious.
Auspicious.
I don't think that was done intentionally, but I loved that it was a little throwback. Interestingly enough, what I found is that even though Clea is a questionable character, people have been willing to give her more grace, a lot more grace than people have with Lae'zel. And I find that so fascinating, like reading comments and people's reactions to Claire is like, well, yeah, but she's justified. She's actually the only sane member of the family. She does this because of this. With Lae'zel, people are just like, no, she's just mean. She's just bad. She's mean. I started getting comments when the game came out. Oh, you're in Space Marine 2. I was like, no, I'm not. What is that? They were like, no, you're in Space Marine 2. I was like, prove it. I literally said on Twitter, someone like, you're in this game. And I was like, I don't think I am. I was like, can you just send me a clip? And they sent me a clip and I was like, that sounds like me.
Xenos monstrosities flanked us. That's when the deserters took off.
In fact, people have commented that it sounds very Lae'zel-y. It does. And I was like, I guess that is me. And then I had to go through like all my stuff, all my emails, like try and match up the code name of the game with the actual game. And then in the end, I realized I wasn't that game. And I think for that one, because I just did have a lot of scattered moments in it, I don't think I bothered to ask. And then I guess I kind of forgot about it. And when it came out, I was like, that's me. I'm an audio log.
We formed up and resisted as best we could. Pulled back by inches, retrieving weapons from the fallen. We will fight to the end. For Cadia. For the Emperor.
It just so happens that I've done a lot of Warhammer stuff and I never realized how vast the universe is genuinely. Warhammer, again, was one of those words that I heard in my life, vaguely on the outskirts from people that played Warhammer. But again, now I realize, what does it mean to play Warhammer? There's Warhammer games, there's Warhammer miniatures, people paint stuff, people do, I think there's even tabletop stuff that people do, right? Okay. And I didn't know that. So now I'm a little bit more educated and it just so happens that I've been lucky enough to be in a few of these things. Luke Roberts and Salome Gunnarsdottir play Mary/Maria and James Sunderland. And I think they are perfect casting for it. But the point of it is that I auditioned for Mary and Maria. And so I think the team just got in touch with me because they liked my audition and they were like, come along and you can do some extra bits. And that's really how it came about. I don't think it would have come about in another way if they had just been like, can you audition for just like running down this corridor? When I auditioned, I was like, this sounds really familiar. Now, I'm not a gamer, but somewhere in my subconscious, I was like, this sounds really familiar. And I actually did Google when I was auditioning and it came up. And I was like, I know this game. I don't know how I know it. I've never played it, but something, I guess in my childhood or something triggered there. And I was like, okay, I know what this is. And then I got to work with Blooper Team on Cronos: The New Dawn, which leads us nicely. They gave me a character that had so much range and so much complexity and just interesting stuff to play with.
Are you crazy? Do something!
Listen! It's the government! It's one of them!
One of them? Not this again. I've had it. This bullshit!
Angela!
There's a scene where she gets overtaken by, I think it's Dr. Zybert.
Dr. David Zibert. Oh yeah. He's in here. With us.
I need to talk to him.
She kind of oscillates between being Angela and the Doctor, and she's being questioned by the Traveler. I loved that moment because I had to kind of switch between two characters. That for me was a big acting challenge.
Keep him safe. Was I wrong? An execution order was given. Kill them all!
Well, it's a big family saga. We can expect a character that's very driven by grief and things that have happened, complicated family relationships, complicated familial relationships with Ben Starr, who plays one of my siblings. Ben Starr and I are now contracted to always play siblings in games, by the way.
What happened?
I don't know. She wasn't sick, and yet she knew Marike was coming for her.
It doesn't make any sense.
Honestly, I'm so excited for this character because, again, from an acting point of view, the range and the emotional complexity of this character is just wow. I think you guys are going to have fun with it. I'm super excited and just very happy to be part of this game.
And if you like this video, why not check out more career breakdowns with some of the most popular voice actors, including the wonderful Ashley Birch and the legendary Jennifer Hale. And for everything else, be sure to stick with IGN.